Here's 14 crucial elements if you want to build something big. We were having a conversation with the team and I was letting them know when you start bringing people into your life, you're not just bringing them into your business. You're not just recruiting them to insurance or investments or whatever company you're running. You're recruiting them to who you are as a person and anything you're going to do from that moment the rest of your life. Point number one, people buy into you. Before they buy into anything about the company, they're buying into who you are as a person. So you need to be somebody that's also worthy of being bought into. That what you say that you mean, that you're living out what you're telling people to do, that you really believe in what you're selling or what you're promoting. People are going to buy into your authentic belief, the fact that you're aligned, that what you're doing, the way you live your life is aligned with what you say you want to accomplish. So it's so important as a leader to say, do I really believe this? Am I really committed to this? Am I just saying it because I want to make some money, or do I really mean this? Is this something that I'm just feeling short term because I'm inspired or I'm fired up? Or is this really something that I'm committed to go do? Am I looking at these people and how I can use them to accomplish my goal? Or am I involving their goals and their dreams and what I want to go build and what we can build together? So it's very important as a leader that you're authentic and that your intention is pure. Point number two, people need to buy into your vision. In order for them to buy into your vision, you got to have a vision. What's the goal, right? It may be, hey, we want to make X amount of revenue this year. It may be, hey, we want to open this many branches. Hey, we want to feed this many people. Whatever your goal is, you need to be clear on it. I remember that I was building this business and my goal as a new entrepreneur was just to make money. I just want to pay my bills. And then I wanted to buy nice things. I wanted to buy a nice car. I want to get a nice apartment. I want to be able to help my family. I want to be able to travel more. I wanted to build some wealth. I wanted to have some investments. So at first, I didn't really have a vision. I had more goals. And then you start involving people if you're building a business and you realize that these people also have their own goals, but you need something that's going to unify everybody. So what's the vision? When we started our insurance company, my CEO, mentor, and coach, Patrick Bet-David said, hey, we're going to have 500,000 licensed agents, right? Okay, cool. 6,000 brokers. We're going to have be a $100 billion company. This was the vision by 2029. So now we're a part of this organization and we say, okay, well, hey, the company's got a vision, but what's our vision? What's my vision? What's Unity's vision? And you'll hear Unity all around because we wanted to build a team that was a family. And so we're sitting there as a team and we start brainstorming together and we start asking the guys, hey, what should be our vision? What is our goal? What's some ideas? And we came up with 50 states wide, 500 offices. 50 states wide, 500 deep. 50 states wide, 500 offices. We're going to have 100,000 licensed agents, right? And we're going to be the largest organization when that 2029 vision is fulfilled. And then we came up with values and statements and mission statements along the way to support that vision. But at one point, we didn't have one. When we came to Austin and we opened a new branch, maybe you're relocating, right? There's also a vision for your market. So we said, hey, we're going to go bring on board 10,000 agents in the Austin area. We're going to go help 10% of the population here. If there's 2 million people, 200,000 clients. Hey, we're going to go do X amount of revenue per client. So we had to have a vision. When we moved into a new office and it was a smaller office and then it grew. Hey, one day we're going to have this size of an office. Hey, one day we're going to have a university. Hey, one day we're going to do these classes. One day we're going to teach people about business, finance, real estate, money, marriage, leadership, sales, marketing. Hey, this is the vision, right? So you yourself got to be a dreamer. You yourself have to use your imagination to figure out what can you do. And don't feel bad if you're lost. There's times where I'll ask myself, what's my next? What's my next goal? What's my next dream? What's my next vision? This isn't something that you're born with. It's something that you discover and you play with and you feed it with the team and you have those conversations by yourself, with your spouse, with a friend, with a mentor, and you start creating a vision. So that's number two. Point number three, they buy into being on a team. They buy into saying, man, okay, cool. We bought into the leader. We bought into the vision. Now we're going to buy into doing something collective as a team and being on your team. But what happens, point number four, is they go from buying into being on a team to working together as a team. That is a transition of maturity where people build relationships together. They start trusting each other. They have conflict, by the way, because conflict produces trust when it's overcome. So they start coming together as an organization. They start having history. They start going out and working together and building memories and laughing and playing together and working together and doing life together. Now there's this camaraderie between each other where they're like, man, I want to see you win and I want to see you win and you want to see me win and we want to win together and we want the team to win together. Now this business becomes a family. If you look at the core leadership group of any business, it's more of a family than it is a business team. Point number 5, you need different perspectives. as we're doing brainstorming for anything, it could be a goal for the office. It could be what we're doing on the calendar. It could be new presentations. It could be a new workshop that we're doing. It could be new videos, right? We'll sit there and we'll say, hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? What do you think about this? How do you think people are going to engage? How do you think this will add value? Well, who's our audience? Well, have you thought about this? No, I don't like that. Well, what about this? And then all of a sudden an idea will come because there's different perspectives and you're forming a mastermind. People have different life experiences. Some are married, some are not. Some are older, some are younger. Some have had great marriages. Some have gone through divorces. Some have made a lot of money. Some have never made a lot of money. There's so many different mentalities. Some have lost everything. Some have built great lives. If you get all this feedback from everybody, now you're not making these decisions in a bubble. And so it's so important to get everybody's feedback. Mistakes that I made in my career is when I made a decision independently of incorporating the people that had to go run with that decision. So when you have these conversations and you get all these different perspectives, you'll see that it leads to ideas that you never even had. Point number 6, different languages. This is only if you want to build something that's international or you want to service different markets. In our business, we do life insurance and retirement. We want to service different communities. We had a client the other day that he only speaks French, right? So, okay, well, how do we get one of our French guys to go help this client? We're big in the Spanish market, right? Being in the United States, you have a lot of Hispanics here. And so we need to be able to speak those different languages. And in that, there's also different, you may speak Spanish, but maybe you're from Venezuela, or maybe you're from Peru, or maybe you're from Mexico, or maybe you're from Chile, or maybe you're from somewhere else. So there's different kind of ethnicities, countries, languages that are important if you want to be able to connect with people from a different audience. Why? Because maybe I'm coming into your office or your company and I'm looking for people that I can relate to, people that we can, oh man, really, you went to that school? I went to that school. Get out of here. Or man, you play, yeah, I used to play football. Yeah, okay, cool. Or hey man, yeah, you know what? No, man, I'm from El Salvador. What? Get out of here. I'm from El Salvador. What part? Or, hey, my family's Cuban. Oh, I'm Cuban, right? So different ethnicities, different cultures, very helpful if you want to build something big. Next one, very important, different personality types. You hear different things. We were laughing because some guy was talking about, what'd you say, Shane? Gems, right? Gems, okay? So we're talking about gems and personalities here in the video. And I said, man, I'm talking about disc. He's like, I don't like disc. I like gems. And then Dan said, I like diamonds. And it was just, we were laughing. But there's different personality types that you're going to need to communicate with, right? I use disc as a basis. In our business, we use something called STAR. S stands for structured, system, organized. T stands for technical. A stands for action-oriented. Let's just go do it. Let's go get it done. R stands for relationship. D stands for dominance. I stands for influence. S stands for steadiness. C stands for conscientiousness. There are different ways that people like to be spoken to. There's different ways people like to be led. There's different people that, hey, maybe I'm in this office and there's a bunch of people here and I'm more of a systematic, structured kind of person. I'm going to naturally connect with somebody else that has that personality type as well. Now, maybe I'm the leader and I am a dominant or I'm an influencer. I'm a big A, let's just get it done, right? I need to learn how to speak different personality languages to different people so I can engage and involve everybody in the goal, in the dream, in the mission, and speak their language. So different personality types. And you also will never be better at a personality type than somebody that's that personality type. So don't think that you need to be every personality type. You can go recruit that personality type. You can go recruit that skill set, that language, whatever you want to be in. Because you can't be everything to everybody, but you can have everything, have everybody, right, to support that. Number 8, you need different markets. Why? When you bring somebody into your organization, they may have a whole different market that you don't connect in. You've never done business in, right? Hey, you know what? I used to be in law enforcement, so I think we should go do this for the. Oh, wow, okay. You have that connection in law enforcement. I don't, coming from being in the restaurant business or background in sales. Or hey, you know what? I think we can go do this for teachers. Or hey, I think we can go do this for military. Or hey, I think we need to do this for Hollywood. Or hey, I think we need to do this for. This could be a great program that we connect with realtors because I'm a realtor. So different backgrounds, different markets also produce different contacts for your business and different ideas. Number 9, new ideas. When you bring people into your business, Keshi says this often, you can't read the ingredients when you're in the box, right? So there are times where you're going and you have, hey, I think this is what I know, this is what I saw, and somebody new could say, hey, have you guys ever thought about doing it this way? That doesn't mean you change with every new idea, because that's also a major mistake that leaders make. But it could be that, man, that's a fresh perspective that you don't have or that you've forgotten. Oftentimes I'll go back to our guys and I'll say, hey, what were we doing during this season? And because it's easy to kind of drift out of maybe things that were getting you results. And success leaves clues, so does failure. So I'll ask the guys, hey, what were we doing this time? Or hey guys, what do you think about this? We just had an ideation session this last Monday, and all of a sudden the amount of energy in the room completely changed because people were giving new ideas, and the team just started laughing, and we had a great time. New ideas can change a company. One new idea can change a company. So you need different ideas. Number 10, energy, enthusiasm, and intensity. You need people that are going to bring you that. As a leader, there's a book called Leading on Empty, and it says those are in the business of giving out or wearing out. And so it's so important for you, for me, I have to surround myself with people. Yes, I feed a lot of people and I give to a lot of people. And there's some people that are takers, meaning that they're not giving that back. And I try to reduce that contact there. Maybe you can't eliminate it if you can't eliminate it. But maybe you can't, so you just reduce it. You just don't make yourself available. You're spending time somewhere else. But there are people in my organization, in my business, that are upline, right? My CEO, my coach, my mentor, other mentors, people that are giving me feedback. There are partners who I get ideas from, and they also give me energy. And then there are people that I'm developing, getting to the next level. I don't care where the energy comes from. What I care is that there's positive energy coming. I need to be around an environment that will, when I walk in, our guys know we have a meeting every Tuesday around 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. We're finishing the night. We just had a big overview, and I'll walk in. The moment I walk in, the entire team, hey, blah, blah, blah. And you know what that does to a leader? You walk in the room, and the way that you're received, the way that you're welcome, you just want to give more to whoever you're around. So it's so important, the energy of the people that you choose to put around you, that they are feeding you. If I go have a conversation with Okafor, man, I'm surprised right now because his office is behind mine. I'm surprised I can't hear him. He's on a call with his guys. I'll hear him laughing. Half the day is laughing. Just positive energy you want to be around. Enthusiasm, intensity. If I get around Bruno and we're in a pregame huddle, man, I'm hearing a message of just this guy's fired up. If I get around Cindy and she's talking about making a decision, that energy, man, there's something about energy that can transform an environment. It doesn't matter if it's a church or a business or a family or anything, guys. Energy is so important. Number 11, challenge you or one another in a positive way. If you only have people around you that are yes ma'am, yes sir people, they're not like we had a meeting today with Shane. And I'm like, I disagree. No, I disagree. No, you're not understanding. No, I'm not understanding. You're not understanding. And there's disagreement. It's respectful, it's positive, it's healthy. Okay, let me understand. Let me try to see what you're saying. Okay, are you following what I'm saying? Okay, all right, I kind of like that. And so you have to be able to disagree. And if you can't disagree with somebody, it's because you don't have trust. There's a great book by Patrick Lencioni called The 5 Dysfunctions of a Team. Point number 1 is trust. Right? When there's a lack of trust, you avoid conflict, which is point number 2. And so when there's trust and you're yourself, right, all the time, and there's not two versions of you, you can openly disagree in a respectful way. You need people to do that to you. Hey, I don't think we should do that. I think we should do this. Why? Tell me why. Now, just because they disagree doesn't mean I'm going to buy it, but it gives me another mentality. Maybe I need to consider that. I didn't consider that. Okay. Or maybe I need to reinforce how I'm selling it, and they're getting me to get better in my message. So you need people who are going to be willing to tell you the truth. Number 12, people to come in and raise the standards. I've been in the insurance financial industry for 18 and a half years at this point. There are things that we've figured out and recreated and simplified over and over and over. If anything, it's like, how simple can we make this? How fast can we make this? How much can we improve this experience for our agents? How do we have a better culture as an office? How do we have simpler systems, better systems, faster systems? So the people that are coming in today and are getting involved in our business today, they're learning from a person that's made millions of dollars versus a person that's completely trying to figure it out, brand new person, brand new George. So what happens? They're going to duplicate this version versus the former version. So as you get better, your company gets better. Whatever you're building gets better. The people that are coming in, they're coming in at a different standard, a different expectation, a different level of success. Today, every single training that we have, there'll be somebody that's making $20,000 a month consistently, 30, 40, 50, 60, 80,000, 100,000 a month consistently doing a training. Whereas before, it was newer people that were just kind of getting results. So people are going to duplicate one of those versions, a new version or an experienced version. So as you keep getting better in whatever you're building, the brand new people come in, they duplicate that higher standard, they win faster, and all of a sudden they raise the standard of everybody else. It kind of got complacent. That's happened in my business where I was that person. That's also happened in my business where somebody was that to me. And I got uncomfortable when I said, man, you got to go change. What happened? You let that person take your spot. Okay, let's get better again, right? And so it's so important for you to bring new people who are going to come in and raise the standards. Number 13, people that will embody the values and principles of the company. What this tells you is that you need to have values and principles. You need to sit down and say, what are my values? What are the company's values? What are the organization's values? What are the company's principles? I remember my first time in this experience was going to a castle with Pat and all the leaders at that time on the team. And we sat there for like a day and a half or 2 days, and we came up with our code of honor, right? And this was a smaller team. Now I remember as the company got bigger, as PHP got bigger, Pat says, hey, you're going to meet us at this airport. And they blindfold us, put us on a jet, take us to a private island called Jekyll Island, where the Federal Reserve was created. And you got all the Rockefeller and all these homes that people that are super wealthy used to live there on this island together. And we sat there for 2 days, 3 days, and we came up with 39 different principles, 13 I, 13 we, 13 never, values and principles that this company could be built on so it can become a 100-year-old company, 200, 300-year-old company, that it can become something that could last when, as leaders mature, people phase out, that the values and principles would keep everybody united. So if you've never done that, what a great exercise to do. I've done my own, and you will see the more personal development you do on yourself, the more you get to know yourself, the more you put what's inside on paper, the more you say, okay, well, I kind of believe in these things. Here's my 10 core values. The clearer you get on what you want, the clearer you get on what you will accept, what you won't accept. And you also, people start getting clear on that. They start transforming faster. You start attracting people that share those values and principles. You start repelling the people that don't share those values and principles. You start attracting people that you want there. So very important. But you need people, once you got clear on them, you need people that are going to live them out and embody them. Because if it's on a paper but people see the opposite, then the paper doesn't matter. I'll look at those principles and I'll go back to them often. I'll say, am I practicing this? Am I an example of this? And it's like an affirmation for me to live by. And lastly, guys, number 14 is people that will live out the culture of what you're creating. Culture doesn't take a day off. It doesn't have a minute off. It doesn't have a second off. And for some people, I know the old me would have heard that like, man, that is so demanding. All that is you being the same who you really are all the time. And then being who that person is, but being a better version all the time. Until that this becomes a new version of yourself. Because what you did to get to where you are won't be what you need to do to get you where you want to go. And so you constantly have to recreate yourself and push the envelope to be a better version of you. I will always ask myself as a leader, are the people around me growing as fast as they can based on my personal development? Are the people around me succeeding in business based on my example? Are the people around me living better personal lives because of what we teach in the office? Faith, family, health, business, savings, tithing, taxes, giving, being a giver. Like, are they living out these things? And in our office, there's so much that culture teaches. I can't remember the book at this moment, but it said, you need to be the culture until the culture teaches people for you. And I can tell you that in our office, guys, when for the moment somebody walks in, hey, we got to be this way. The moment we start our huddle, hey, man, we got to start it this way. Here's the expectation when we're in training, how you're taking notes, being alert, being responsive, asking questions, being engaged, being respectful to everybody, certain culture on appearance and how you carry yourself and how you engage with other people, level of respect, level of appreciation, level of gratitude. All of these things is a culture. And if you get clear on these things and you embody it, people are going to duplicate you. Guys, I hope this video helps you. Go back through it because there's a lot. Go back through it and say, okay, here are the 14 points. Which of these am I not certain on? Which of these can I expand on? And don't look at it like a homework. Look at it like a life project that you can get excited about. Because if you want to build something big, if you want to do something big in your life, it's going to take people. And it's going to take you being an example that's worthy of being followed, being clear on where you're going, and then incorporating people on this journey And I'm so excited for you guys. We'll see you on the next episode. Take care, everybody.